Last November, my band and I recorded a song at the Bonneville Salt Flats in Utah, and last week, the song and video were released on the Fearless Records YouTube channel.
It's nothing to be too proud about. We're still here and it's alright.
What's up, nerds? My name's Corey Bergeron, and you are watching Corey Bergeron Recordings. We're back with a brand new video. You know how I like to push the idea of creating more? Well, this video is basically a story of how myself and my band did exactly that. On October 25th of 2019, my band Locket released an album called All Out. And at the same time, we ventured on a month-long tour with the Dangerous Summer and Arms Akimbo across a large portion of the United States. Now, with Locket being Locket, we were trying to think of cool and interesting ways to make the most out of this experience. This led us to the idea of doing stripped-down versions of songs off the record and performing them in different places around the US. At some point, we came to the conclusion that we should shoot the first of 3 different Somewhere sessions at the Salt Flats in Bonneville, Utah. So, the day after, our van broke down and we barely made it to Salt Lake City to play a show. We were driving towards Seattle. We had the day off, so we thought we would pull off on the side of the highway and walk roughly half a mile into the Salt Flats to shoot a video. JJ was in charge of the video stuff, Brad was in charge of the performance, and I was in charge of audio. So the gear I brought with me was, I brought my MacBook, which was freshly charged from the inverter from the van. On my MacBook, I had Pro Tools installed, and I also had my iLock with me. For an interface, I brought my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. Our friend Joey happened to bring an MXR condenser microphone with him, so we brought that out there to record the vocals. Brad brought his guitar, and we brought an instrument cable. We plugged it all in, and then that's all we used to record the audio of this, and this is what we recorded. Alright, so in front of me I have the Pro Tools session for the All Out Salt Flats Somewhere Sessions recording. As I mentioned, we just recorded the DI from a guitar, and we recorded the vocal with an MXR condenser microphone, and that's all we have. We have these 2 audio tracks. Over here, we actually have a track called Noise, where I just took a bunch of before and afters of the take and recorded some field sound, just so JJ could use that when he was putting the video together if he needed to lengthen the intro or the outro. A couple things to note that makes this interesting is, number 1, I mix this on Apple headphones in a van, and the first mix was the final one. When you're only working with a guitar and a voice, it's not too hard to get that sounding right. For the guitar, since I recorded at DI, I actually used a plugin called S-Gear, which used to be a part of the Slate Everything bundle, but recently it's been removed from the bundle, so I no longer have access to it, so I just recreated it using Tone Hub. I just used an amp sim to create a clean, jangly guitar tone. So right now that sounds like this. Now, what I think is a big part of the guitar tone is actually the MXR microphone that we were using for vocals. I have the vocals compressed like I would compress a record. So I have the vocals really up front the whole time, and what that does is it brings up the strumming sound of like strumming the electric guitar, and it adds this almost acoustic quality. So this is the guitar with the vocal mic live. It's funny, I actually showed that to a couple people before the video was out, and they were like, is that the final audio? Are you going to keep that in there? And I was like, yeah, it sounds good. If I didn't already mention it, it's one take, there's no touch-ups. The guitar and the vocal, it's a live performance. There's a couple imperfections in it, as there naturally would be in any sort of live performance, but I think overall, when Brad finished this take, we knew that this was the one. This is like a 9.9 out of 10. Another interesting thing to note on the audio side is that I didn't add any reverb at all. The guitar is dry, the vocal is dry, which I think in tandem with the video adds this really isolated feeling. At first, my natural instinct was to add reverb, and Brad wanted reverb, but I believe actually it was JJ that was like, no, keep it dry. And I'm glad we did, because it really creates an authentic representation of what the environment sounded like. So yeah, that's that for the guitar and the vocal track. I'm not doing anything too crazy on the vocals, just probably compressing and EQing, de-essing. This is where things get a little dicey. So on my master bus here, for any of the audio nerds out there, what do I got? I have, okay, Revival, some more console emulation, and Distressor. And then I have a tape emulation, and then I have the stock Pro Tools Maxim for a limiter because on my laptop, that's all I had installed at the time. Again, I mixed this the day after we filmed it, and that just happened to be the final audio, and no one complained, so we just kind of let it ride. Yeah, that's basically everything there is to this simple field recording using a Focusrite Scarlett 2i2, an MXR microphone, recording a guitar DI, and then JJ took care of the video stuff, and this is what you get. Okay, so that was a brief video on how my band recorded a song in the Salt Flats. I had a lot of people reach out and tell me that they really liked the video and they thought it was really cool. And then I also had a lot of people reach out and ask how we recorded the audio, so I figured I would make this video. To all of my creative people out there, this video is a reminder to always be creating more and making the most of every opportunity. Also, we just released the second of the 3 Somewhere sessions over on the Fearless Records YouTube channel. This one's for the song Lighten Up, and it was filmed in San Francisco. That is it for this video. Be sure to go down to the description, check out the links in the description. I just started a Discord server, so if you want to talk audio or if you want to talk Locket, join the group and let's hang out. Otherwise, be sure to like the video, subscribe, all those good things. Create more, create more, create more, and I will see you in the next video.